So hope I'm clear and audible, and good morning to all of you. So today we begin the Murlis of 2010, starting with 18th January Murli, a very auspicious day. You know, this day is called as Day of Remembrance, Smriti Divas, Day of Strength, Samarthi Divas as well. And it's also called the day of being avyakt, because this day reminds us of that, what happened on 18 Jan 1969. So today's Murli is all about Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha. So how to be a conqueror of attachment and thereby be an embodiment of remembrance forever, because Baba has told us all the times that the last paper will be based on this. How much have I been able to conquer this vice of attachment towards everyone, towards self, towards others, bodily relations, towards my sadhan, that's what we were speaking, all the things which I have, technology, everything, and how much I can then stay in remembrance, because it is a paper of 1 second. So let me just share the screen. I'm sure you can see it. So the title is In Order to Become a Conqueror of Attachment and an Embodiment of Remembrance, the same as Father Brahma, Bap Saman, what do you need to do? Make a timetable for your mind and practice being a karam yogi and bodiless while performing action. So beautiful Hindi word ashariri. Ashariri banne ki practice karna again and again. Today, love in particular is merged in all the children everywhere. So therefore it's called the day of remembrance. From Amrit Vela, Bap Dada was looking around everywhere, in this land and abroad, and the portrait of Father's love was visible in each of the children's hearts. And the portrait of love of each child was merged in the Father's heart. So Baba says all of us are full 100% pass in love, the subject of love. Today in particular is also called the day of love, the day of remembrance. And Bap Dada saw the necklaces of the pearls of love of the children even before Amrit Vela. स्नेह के, what you can say, गले में स्नेह की मालाएं. In the heart of each child there is the song playing automatically. And what's that? My Baba, Brahma Baba, sweet Baba. And in Bap Dada's heart also the song is playing, sweet children, lovely children. So today in each one, instead of all the other powers, the power of love is merged in each one to a greater extent. This godly love, this spiritual love is experienced just at this confluence age. And only those who are experienced know this love from God. It makes each of the children into easy yogis. So Sneha se Sahaj yogi bante. Bap Dada saw in all the children that many experiences of love are merged because the basis of your birth is love. There isn't a single child visible who is without love. Other powers may be lacking, but the experience of the Father's love and the love of the special souls who have become instruments is visible in the hearts and on the faces of majority of you children. So what made all of you especially come here today? In which plane did you come? Baba कहते हैं स्नेह के विमान में आए हो. Did you come here by train or by plane? Ask yourself. Everyone's face shows that you all arrived here in the plane of love, and no matter what you had to do, all of you arrived in that plane. So next para is a very big one. Baba is going in details on the day of remembrance. So today is that day. But together with the day of remembrance, it is also called day of power. Smriti Divas, so Samarthi Divas. Today is also called the coronation day, because it was on this day that Bap Dada and especially Father Brahma crowned the instrument Mahavir children with the crown of world service. So since Brahma Baba corporeal body left, it was put on to whom? Dadi Prakashmani. So she was the first crowned prince, And when I say prince, I mean to say the crown of responsibility was put on her. That is the crown of world service. The Father Brahma himself became unknown and gave the children the tilak of remembrance for world service. He made the children Karanhar, that is the ones who do, and himself as Karavanhar, that's the one who inspires and gets it done. So he gave the blessing of the angelic form. Many names we have for this day. So this is the day to become avyakt and to go into a stage of being an angel forever. He gave the blessing of this form, the angelic form, the same as himself, and gave them a crown of light. And seeing children everywhere carrying out the duty according to the blessing that Bab Dada gave of the crown and the tilak. So we have actually these three things: Taj, Tilak and Takht. So Baba is speaking about two things, Taj and Tilak. So Bab Dada is pleased looking at that. Children put the blessing for service into practical form, and seeing this, Baba is pleased. Father Brahma is especially giving multi-million fold congrats for the part that you have played until now and the further part you have to play. So Vah children Vah. Baba toured around abroad too, and what did he see? Each child is merged in love. So in a sense, today's Murli is again fully about the virtue of love. You have received powers from the Father because this day is especially for receiving blessings of the powers with love. So दुआओं की शक्ति स्नेह के साथ. Bab Dada saw that some children are deeply lost in remembrance and are engaged in service. They experience Amrit Vela very well, very powerful Amrit Vela. They even have the experience of being bodiless, but there's always but when it's time to become Karam yogis, then there's a difference in being able to do together both things of being a yogi and even of performing action. So they make an effort, no doubt, to have a balance of Karam and Yoga, but although they experience a powerful stage at Amrit Vela, as the day goes there is difference in the action, and then they have to labor for what? For remembering Baba while doing action. So Bab Dada has told all of you that the destruction of the world is going to take place suddenly. So here we'll be sitting, doing some Murli revision or whatever. Suddenly it will be, you're not there, or this world is not going to be there. So for that, Baba is saying, if instead of paying attention throughout the day, because of lacking imbibing something, there is a difference in the stage of being a Karam yogi, then what will you do when destruction comes? Because Baba says, you all say, हाँ Baba, आप चिंता मत करो, तैयार हो जाएंगे, we'll get ready. But it doesn't work like that. Baba always says that you have to have an effort for a long period of time. So Baba says, Bab Dada is not going to announce the date of the destruction. Do you know when the period of your life is going to end? Because that's the reason Baba says, do you know when you are going to leave your body? So if you don't even know that, why are you asking the date of destruction? Do any of you know on what date your death is going to take place? So those who know that, please raise your hands. Anything can happen suddenly. When something happens through the elements, so many die at the same time. So do not become careless by thinking of the date of destruction. The slogan of Jagdamba, World Mother, was never say sometime, but always say now. Kab nahi, always ab. Anything can happen tomorrow, but I definitely have to remain ever ready. So again, this one thing, word ever ready, is actually misunderstood by many Brahmins, and particularly in this context when Baba says, people think ever ready means to be ready to leave the body. No, not really. All of us are ever ready in that context. We are ready to leave our bodies. That's fine. Baba, hum aa rahe hain, no problem. But kaise aa rahe hain? Are we perfect and complete, sampan sampurna? So ever ready means to have your perfect and complete state emerged all the time with you, so that when you leave the body, then you have a proper position there. acha pad ho. So Baba is saying, so do all of you pay this much attention to your preparation? Have you settled the karmic accounts? In all the 4 subjects of knowledge, yoga, dharana, service, have you made such preparations in every way? A big list of questions. Have you checked that you have the experience of complete and unlimited disinterest? So Baba is going in details. First, all the 4 subjects. Then, Behad ki Vairag Vritti. Have you checked in your heart whether you are ever ready? Which means, are you a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance? Because Father Brahma made himself like this through his effort, and he experienced and the experienced children saw it. In all the other dadis that time saw it, they used to really feel that when Brahma Baba just passed away in front of them, they used to feel a light has gone, a might has gone. And sort of when they used to touch him also in the last 6 months, 1 year, it's been said by dadis, they used to feel that he's like cotton wool, a ball of cotton. He's so soft. In no way was there an atmosphere of his karmic accounts, because the frequent practice of him becoming bodiless helped him to make him bodiless suddenly, and one day he just flew away. So the bahut kal ka abhyas of becoming ashariri over a long period of time. Did anyone imagine that he was going to go? However, he was a conqueror of attachment. While having his hand in the hands of the children, was there any attraction? He became an angel. He departed having given the children the tilak to also become angels. The reason for this was the practice of being bodiless over a long period of time. Many experienced children who lived with Baba had the experience that while performing actions, he would become bodiless. In between, he would just become bodiless. And also, it's being said by dadis that towards the end, as I said, last 6 months to 1 year, when children used to come and meet Baba and also share all their service news, Seva Samachar. So Baba used to say, okay child, I heard it. Don't go so much in expanse. Say in essence what you need to say. So Baba started becoming very, very essential as well. So that's what we need to do and practice. Whatever happens, try to practice becoming essential, because then that will help you in becoming bodiless. Because I think mind over body. So if my mind is just in too much of expanse, it is waste. Then even if I sit to practice yoga, it will just take me in different direction, my mind. And I then can't practice being bodiless. So becoming essential. The reason for the difference in the Karam Yogi stage is that while you are performing action, it doesn't remain in your awareness in an emerged form that I am a soul. Everyone knows this, but what type of soul am I? I, the soul, am Karavanhar, and these physical organs are Karanhar. So while performing actions, be an embodiment of the awareness of the self-respect of Karavanhar. So Swaman of that I am the Karavanhar, getting it done through these sense organs who are the Karanhar. Even if you have to get something done through your physical organs, remember, I am a Karavanhar, I am a master. If you are set on that seat, then all of your physical organs will remain in order. Without each one being set on the seat, no one will listen to you, which means your eyes, your ears, etc. So you have to sit on the seat first of self-respect. Then only your sense organs will listen to your orders. The soul is Karavanhar and the physical organs are Karanhar, not Karavanhar. So you heard the experience of Father Brahma, how in the beginning Father Brahma would practice this daily. And then at the end of the day, he would hold a coat of all the physical organs. So, hey, my dear eyes, what Vikaram you did? What was the bad action you did today? So, extra like that. The older children would have seen Baba's diary, in which he used to hold the coat daily, and being Karavanhar the master, he would have a daily exchange with all his physical organs. In the beginning Father Brahma paid this much attention, and so you too have to consider yourself to be Karavanhar, the masters, because the soul is the king and these physical organs are the companions. So Atma Raja hai ya Rajan hai, and all these karmendriya, physical organs, companions hai, sathi hai, seva sathi hai. So, or even you can say mantri hai. So you could check what the condition today was of the mind, intellect, sanskars, nature or sanskars, whatever you want to call them. So by your checking them instantly, what happens? The physical organs then become alert. They pay attention because their king is asking them about their welfare. So the soul, the king who is Karavanhar, should check the Karanhar, that is the physical organs. Otherwise it is seen that some children say, Baba, we do order our physical organs, but they change, which means they don't listen to you, they misbehave. So we make effort, but some sanskars and nature do not remain in order, and this is the particular complaint. From the mind, intellect and sanskars, what do you feel overpowers? Is it the mind or the intellect or the sanskars? Because all of us usually behave according to our sanskars. So the common complaint is, see, ho gaya, ye sanskar use kar liya. And why is the sanskars being used? Because it is there in the subconscious mind. So sanskar followed by mind followed by intellect are the ones to blame for all the vikaram which we do. So the reason for this is that you do not remain set on your seat of swaman, self-respect. Unless you are seated on that, no matter how many orders you give, even then those who obey your orders are not going to listen to you. So while performing action, remain seated on your seat of being Karavanhar, the master. Some children even have a heart-to-heart conversation with Bab-Dada and say, Baba, you have made us into almighty authorities, those with all the powers, not even those with some of them, some powers. But as soon as each child took this Brahmin birth, you gave them the blessing of being an almighty authority. Do you remember the blessing given at that time of your birth? The father gave each of the child the blessing of being a master, almighty authority. Who gave you this blessing? Obviously the almighty authority. However, you complain that the power you need at that time doesn't come. It doesn't obey your orders. So even the Shakti jo chahiye doesn't come. Why is it that since you have the blessing from the almighty authority, there is no one greater than him? So if you issue the order while being stable in the stage of that blessing, again, stable in the stage of that self-respect or in the stage of that blessing, then it is not possible that you issue an order and the power does not get obeyed. So it's impossible because it is coming from the Almighty. One is that the soul is the master. You have received the blessing of almighty authority, and while stable in that form, you are the master and you have that blessing as well. So this is the process. Stabilize in the seat of self-respect and then think, where is this coming from? It's a blessing coming from the almighty authority. And thereafter you reissue the order. Okay, sometimes we issue in the Lokik world also, it doesn't come. Reissue. So reissue after sitting in the stage of self-respect and being stable and realizing that yes, it is a blessing coming from Almighty. So therefore issue the order while being stable in the stage of awareness of both the forms. So what both forms? One is I am the Master Almighty Authority, and second is being seated in the stage of self-respect. It is impossible that the power does not listen to you because you have the blessing and you have a right at the confluence age to the Father's property, Adhikare, Varsepe. All of you have received the title of Almighty Authority. It is just that you don't remain stable in that stage all the time. There is sometimes in this, again the word comes, kabhi kabhi. Remove this word sometimes from your dictionary and be present right now. You say, Baba, we remember you, and you become present. So do you have this experience? Raise your hands. Now look, you're raising your hands. The Father becomes present, the Lord becomes present. And so what is this power? You have received these powers as the Father's property. So Varsa means also all these Shaktiyan. So issue an order while becoming the master. You don't issue an order while being a master, and so you lose your power. Therefore, when you issue an order in that stage, then if you are not the master, why should the powers to obey you? Because powers come to the one who is Master, Almighty Authority. If you are not seated in the masterly stage, why should the powers listen to you, right? It's but natural. So what does Bab Dada want now? You know that, don't you? The Father wants each of his children, while performing actions, to become a king child, the master of the self, and not to let go of the seat of self-sovereignty, Swarajya ki seat. A king is a king throughout the whole day, isn't he? Or is he a king sometimes and not at other times? I mean, does he swing between being Raja and Praja? Then he's not a king actually. To be seated on the throne or not is a different matter. But even while at home, he doesn't forget that he's the king. So there shouldn't be a difference between being a Karam Yogi and having a powerful stage of accurate yoga at Amrit Vela. So if my Amrit Vela is powerful, which is usually in the case, all of us usually have that, then it should be also that since I am a Swarajya Adhikari, a master, a king of self-sovereignty, then my Karam Yogi stage also should be very natural. It is double work, but who are you? You are the world benefactors and the world transformers. This is why Father wants you, while you are walking and moving around, to not forget being the king. So do not let go of your seat. Without your seat, no one would obey your orders. Nowadays, just see how much they do for a seat. Baba is speaking about the Lokik political seats, or even any seat in an organization. They want to have that position. They try so hard to claim their right. None of them wants to let go of their right. So you should claim your godly right, that who am I? Every moment that you are working, even while doing your work, how do you do? Make a timetable of your mind. Dincharya ka ek diary banao. While doing this particular work, what would be the self-respect of my mind? What aim will I keep today? At the time of carrying your work, from your list of self-respect, create different timetables, because keeping the same one may make you feel a bit bored. Just as you fix a timetable for physical work, in the same way, fix a timetable for your mind. You know that you have to do this work at this time, and so what self-respect you will keep for that work. You know how to make a timetable. Sorry, I missed that line. With which form of self-respect will you claim the right of becoming a master? Create a timetable for your mind. You know how to make a timetable, don't you? Do the mothers know how to make it? Yesterday we celebrated Mother's Day in a big way, right? So Baba is addressing all the matas. Mothers, make a program for yourselves. At the time of preparing food, what self-respect will you keep immersed in your intellect? There's a long garland of self-respect. Swamano ki bahut badi mala hai. The garland of self-respect is so long that you can continue to count it and become merged in it. Some children say about a long period of time that as yet we cannot see any signs of destructions, Baba. At least now we can't say that, right? This was in 2000, I think 10, yeah. Now we are in 22, so I'm sure we are seeing signs of destruction outside. The date is not yet fixed for that, so we will do it at some point. It will happen. All that typical carelessness, albelapan. हाँ ठीक हो जाएंगे, prepare हो जाएंगे. No. You are world benefactors in giving a message, and so some children think that there is still some time left and that they will give the message as they progress further. But Baba is saying a big no. Those to whom you give the message later will then complain to you. Ulhe na denge. What will they complain about? That why did you not tell us earlier so that even we could have done something? You're telling us now at the last moment. So now we can only recognize him and say, "Oh God," which means in a stage, it's a sigh, S-I-G-H. It's not a very good thing, "Oh God." It's not "Wah Baba," it is "Oh Baba," like that. So your divine activities are wonderful. We can say only this, but we will not be able to claim a status. It's the complaints from those. Why? Because there has to be the cooperation of a long period of time. Are all of you sitting here heirs? Are you not? Heirs means varis. Those of you who consider yourself to be heirs, raise your hands. Acha, if you are heirs, then you are then you are going to receive the full inheritance or a little bit. All of you would say that you want a full one. And what is the full inheritance? 21 complete births from the beginning to the end. Not even the royal subjects, but at least come in the royal family. So not Praja. Royal Praja bhi nahi. Come in the royal family, which means in very close contact with Krishna and all of his clan. You have to come in the royal family. Only one will sit on the throne, a couple will sit on it, but the court is held there. The special instrument souls of the royal family that sit also will be crowned. They do not sit with a crown, and there will be those who are consulted about every task. So it is not that just one will rule, they do everything there with consultation. And this is why if you want to receive the full inheritance, then from the first birth to the end, 21 full births, not even half, which means Baba is saying that we should come from the first day of Golden Age. You are not going to go anyway midway. There is not going to be untimely death. You heard this Baba beautifully explain that it will be only one, say, crowned Prince Krishna, and then when he becomes Narayan, then it's Lakshmi Narayan together. The couple are seated on the throne. But as you can see in the various photos of Golden Age in different places at different centers, you can see many other royal families are also sitting together, and they're all crowned princes and prince. So what happens is Krishna will not take any decision by himself, all by himself. It will be in consultation. He will do some discussions with the royal family and then take the decision. So and remember, Baba always says, not mentioned here though, that there won't be any wazirs, there won't be any ministers to consult, which normally a lot of kings have in this Kalyugi and even Copper Age Rajya, which is there that time. The kings will start using the ministers from Copper Age, but not in Golden and Silver Age. So therefore, even being a royal family, being a part of royal family is also a good state, a good status. So Baba says at least have that. There is no untimely death. Are you going to claim the full inheritance or become happy with just a little? Your Mateshwari Jagdamba always had the aim that whatever Srimad Babdada gave, whatever Srimad she had been given for the thoughts, words and deed, she definitely had to do it. So those who are going to claim the full inheritance should keep this aim in the intellect. Suddenly, ever ready, and a long period of time. These are the three things: Achanak, ever ready, and Bahut Kal Ka Abhyas. Remember these three things together, not only one separately. No, all three are together: Achanak, ever ready, and Bahut Kal Ka Abhyas. This is why Bab Dada's blessing for all the children who are the lamps of hope. Asha ke Deepak. Always remember these three things and then show the practical proof of becoming the lamps of hope. So from today's Murli, of the essences, what are those three? Suddenly, ever ready, and a long period of time. Bab Dada has seen that children have created various types of courses. It is good because now the Rajyoga Meditation course, there are so many different ways people do it. So Baba is saying congratulations, but now according to the time, instead of a course, give them a course of force. And this was the beauty of Mama. The souls who used to get the Rajyoga course done from Mama used to be prepared in a second, because Mama was such a forceful or a powerful soul. So give such a course of force. These all stories. Sometimes listen on YouTube to Dadi Manohar Indra. She shares all the yagya stories very beautifully. She used to recite the stories very nicely. So give such a course of force that these souls do not just become loving and cooperative with the Father, which means they are not just Snehi Sayogi, but such a force that they become souls who follow every Srimad, and so that they then become souls who are filled with total force, that they become closed jewels, Samip Ratan Baba ke. Is this possible? Now give a course of force. Bab Dada is seeing that the elements have come into upheaval, and therefore due to one reason or the other the elements are showing their impact, which means the five elements, Panch Tattva, and they will continue to do so. You will continue to see in a practical way what you never thought or dreamt about. So did we I mean, in 2010 obviously we didn't think, or we didn't even know what COVID was, but now you can see we are living with COVID. So it is obviously one of the nature's element, the virus. So you have to make the elements Satopradhan. At the moment they are creating their own impact, and this is why new things continue to happen from time to time. However, all of you are heirs, aren't you? You are not just loving and cooperative, you are heirs, ones who have a full right. Are you this? You are heirs. Double foreigners are also heirs, aren't you? You are those who are going to receive the full inheritance, not incomplete. Are the Pandavas those who are going to receive the full inheritance? Baba is asking us as well. So I'll read the last paragraph now, and then it will be done tomorrow. I am a lamp of Bab Dada's hopes. So ask, मैं बाबा के आशा का दीपक हूँ. Simply remember this. So on the day of remembrance, every child, whether he has come here or not, or is sitting far away, merged in the heart, Bab Dada's instruction for each one of us is, you have to become this. Become what? A lamp of Bab Dada's hope. And accept that you are never going to use the word sometime. It has to be right now. Baba also likes these two Hindi words, Sada and Sarva. Not Kabhi Kabhi and little bit. Sarva, and it's Sarva Gun Sampan, not Sam Gun Sampan. And Sada Ka Purusharth, not Kabhi Kabhi. Who has seen tomorrow? Today. So you have to do whatever you have to do now. Don't think about it, that I will think about it, I will do it, it will happen. No. You reassure the Father in this way, Baba, you don't worry about it. We will be right, we will be all right at that time. However, Bab Dada's desire is that if you were given a test paper right now, each of you children would pass fully. Is this possible? Is it really possible? Baba is ending on a little bit challenging note today. So do you want to pass fully? Acha. So here Baba finished, and then indoor turn zone and the ones who came for the first time. So we'll again spend a minute in silence, and then you take your sharings. So you can start sharing, whoever wants to.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone.
Om Shanti.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah. I like the sentence where my Baba said, we are all हम लोग बाबा के we are the uh, we are the light of we are the hope of
Lamps
we
of
are,
hope. Yeah.
can you just repeat
It is
brother
lamps of hope. So Asha ke Deepak.
Asha ke Deepak? Yeah, I just like that sentence. And brother, you every time you've been conducting the Murli, some point or something, it's a takeaway point for me. Like earlier, it's when I joined newly to this university, I didn't know how to. I mean, आसक्ति नहीं थी मुरली में, but you said that you listen to Asha Didi's thing Murli, then it really created I really churned everything, and it's so and Murli has become so interesting for me now after that. Then in some other thing, the next one of your Murli, you said seat per set ho jana chahiye. That word it really even now I remember, and you use the exact word. I was just thinking how to what क्या करना है लाइट के सामने बैठकर, what to do, ये क्या है, what is the satma and all. There were so many queries. Then the day you said seat per set ho jao, so I keep remembering that, and now my seat is firm. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. So, lamps of hope. There is a song I was remembering. एक दिया हम दुआ का जलाएं, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए. It has English subtitles also, and in that this word comes: आस के विश्वास की ज्योति जगाएं, प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाएं. So you people can see this if nobody knows about this song. And Baba is talking about being a conqueror of attachment and being an embodiment of remembrance and timetable, how to make timetable. First of all, I would like to say about Mama's slogan, never say um, kab, but ab. So with that, I also remember they say never say no, always Hanji ka part padna, hai na? So because and then suddenly ever ready and bahut kaal ka abhyas. And I want to understand this one thing where Baba is saying, one is that the soul is the master. You have received the blessing of the Almighty Authority, and while stable in that form, you are the master. And secondly, you have that blessing. Therefore, issue the order while stable in the stage of the awareness of both forms. And then, like you said, reissue. I just want to understand this properly, because we do remember Soman ki mala or whatever, but when it is time to do that, we are not able to do that, even though Baba is making us understand in many ways. So any input for that? Thank you.
Yeah, so we're all in this journey. So actually, it was my word when I said reissue. Baba didn't say reissue, sorry. But obviously, when I said reissue, my intention of saying was that we just need to keep reminding ourselves. When we get this thought, oh, I'm not able to do, it's a thought of discontentment and even being disheartened, which is
Shanti
not
brother, Om Shanti brother, can you be a little bit louder? I'm not able to hear properly. I don't
is
know
it
if problem is with
okay?
me or with everybody. Please.
Is it okay now?
No, bit slow.
I don't know. Are the others also facing this problem?
No, no, it's all right. Sound is clear.
You
Now we
can
can hear you
wear the
properly.
Okay. So probably it's
wear the earphone.
something from your side, Sonia sister. Just check. Okay. So yeah. So if we just this thing happens, it's very common. It's not that only Sister Seema is having that. We falter, we fall, and then we have to obviously get up because this thought is of discontentment or even being disheartened that oh nahi hota hai, kya kare baba. No, kal raat gayi baat gayi, we say in Hindi. Whatever has happened yesterday, just forget it. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you don't act on it, don't improvise on it, but that is the past now, because I can't keep brooding over the past. It has happened, it has gone. It is a past, it is a bhoot in one way. I don't need to remind me of that bhoot kal. So in the present moment, I need to sit on my self-respect, sit on that seat. There is a, I actually was wanting to share this, but I thought I wouldn't have time. I have started doing this abhyas myself. I'll just show you maybe in the end. There's a big book of Sresht Smriti or Ishwariya Saman, and what I have done is during my morning yoga and evening yoga, there's a big list of swamans, but the swaman is being explained with 7-8 lines in this book. It's a book which has been, you can get it easily from the Spark Wing. It's a, that's the biggest beauty of Spark Wing. They have really compiled everything. So this is about Sresht Smriti, which means elevated remembrance, and Ishwariya Swaman, that's all godly self-respect points. So what I try to do is, because every day if you take a different point of self-respect, because you like variety, the soul likes variety, the same swaman you can't keep using daily. So if you can do that in your abhyas, and then it will really make you feel very empowered, rather than feeling a little bit disheartened that I can't do. I think that's what I feel. I think I should just show you all that book. Yeah, I'll just share the screen. I've on my video and you can see it now. So can you all see it? Oh, I'm only sharing the sound, sorry.
No,
Yes, we
you're
can.
visible.
I'm visible, no?
The book is
Yes.
visible
Yes,
too.
brother, we can see.
Yeah. So you can see this is that Sresht, whatever, as I said, Sresht Smriti and all that. So you can obviously purchase this. I'm sure now you can go, the lockdown is not there. Everything is opened up. Whenever you visit Madhuban, you can get this book. There are many other books, so you can just go to the bookstore, and I think even just looking at the books, reading a few pages, if you keep your mind engrossed in all this purusharth and all this effort, it will really keep you away from waste. I think, therefore Baba says, Gyan Manan Chintan karte raho, because the more you do that, the more your yoga will be good. Okay, I think I'm speaking all the time. Yeah, Inder Bhai was saying something.
No, I was going to ask, is that book also in English?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay,
But
that's
the
fine. That's fine.
yeah, but the thing is, there it's mentioned all Baba's dates. So the date you see, it's written in Murli, and you can just go back retrospect and find it in English.
I understand that because there's no way I can probably buy the book in the
Yeah,
US.
true.
That's okay. Yeah. Oh, so the one thing I was going to, excuse me, say is the self-respect part of it. And I've been thinking, and I've been practicing some of this too, because if person or us Brahmins do not have a self-respect, then even Baba gives us blessings of almighty authority, or we say the soul is Kravanhar. In my mind, nothing's going to work because nobody's going to listen to me. My karma indriyas and all that, they're not going to listen to me. Okay, so to me, the biggest thing for me out of this Murli today is that all of us has to be, considerate of all the time, that what's self-respect that I got to use every day, even if it's the same, but is that going to bother me, or is that going to do this? So that way I can control all my senses, and I can be, my soul can be Kravanhar rather than Karanhar. So that's the point that I got more out of this. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Today Baba said that abhi nahi to kabhi nahi. If you think that you will give the message to the souls afterwards and make them aware of what the Baba is. But they will also complain because not only even each soul has a desire to do something for the yajna. So if we help them and get them closer to Baba as soon as possible, so they will be able to also enjoy the bliss and the super sensuous joy of being in the remembrance of Baba. So we should not give them a chance to complain. We should do whatever we want to do as soon as possible, and make the loving and cooperative souls to be responsible ones. They should be able to serve the yajna and take up the responsibility of everything, besides being loving and cooperative. And also, as everyone is saying that yes, Baba gave us a beautiful swaman of master almighty authority, but we forget this swaman and do not use our powers properly at the time of need. So we have to, I just remember one sentence of Dr. Sachin Bhai, that yes, you are मैं यज्ञ हूँ. You should always remember this, that मैं यज्ञ हूँ. So when you remember this sentence, then you automatically come into the experience of being master almighty authority. So you just have the response, you just feel yourself as responsible for doing everything accurately in the yajna, so that the yajna should be nirvigna, so free of obstacles. So yes, and Baba also gave us a technique that keep on changing the swamans according to the activity which we are doing, not only just one swaman, because we will get bored. So these things are very, very helpful. Om Shanti.
Okay, so there's a message which has come to me from Mrs. Ramesh, that is, I think, Sandhya Behan, right? Sandhya Ramesh. Okay, so she's asking, can you please teach us how to make man ka timetable? So I think it's not about anything physical like take a diary and write it down. It's about just churning in the mind. So every hour, like whatever you're doing, say I'll just give you a quick example. Time is just flying. So in the morning after Amrit Vela, what, 5 o'clock, from say 4:45 to 5:15, you have half an hour till the time you attend this English Murli session. So in that half an hour, what have I to do? Obviously I have to do the daily chores, brushing, etc., etc., of that. After that, then 5:30 to 6:30 you are engaged in the Murli, so you are doing that. Again at 6:30, what is my mind supposed to do? Say you're preparing breakfast or whatever, so Karam Yogi comes in. Then 7 o'clock is your Murli time. So something or the other like that in your mind, let fit in that what you want to do in this hour. And then once, if you are pre-handed there, the pre-handed information is there in your mind that my mind is supposed to do this, your mind is engaged, and then the mind, if it is free, will run here and there and Maya will come. So if it is pretty engaged that yes, I need to know next what I can do or what I will do, then I think that is the Manka timetable. That's what is probably that, I feel. Okay, so should we just go in the meditation mode now?
Yes, Namaskar.
Okay, so let's sit back, relax. I'll just share the music. And today, as Baba said about, let's all try to sit on the throne, Akal Takht, the throne of self-respect, Swaman ki seat. And practice looking at your physical sense organs as not your subjects, as your service companions. And also look at your mind and intellect. At this point of time, what is my mind doing? think what it is supposed to think. And the intellect, what is it engaged in? Check. So let the intellect visualize that what the mind is thinking. And that will be complete concentration, Sampurna Ekagrata. And seated on the seat of self-respect, Swarajya, tell yourself that I am the Master, Almighty Authority. And see what sort of feeling emerges in you when you have full control of your mind and intellect. Experience this beautiful feeling of you being in charge of everything. And let's try to practice this on and off in between in the entire day as we perform actions and come in interaction with people. I, the Master Almighty Authority. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you,
Om
Manish Bhai. Thank you, family. And we shall meet tomorrow morning, continuing the second day of this Murli at 5:30 a.m. Om Shanti.